Thank you, Toastmaster of the Day, fellow Toastmasters and guests. I invite you to imagine a small town about 30 minutes northeast of Los Angeles, with one road in and one road out. On one side, there's a farm where you can get freshly picked tomatoes and corn. On the other, there's a lot of dirt. In fact, there's tons of dirt. And there are coyotes. And there are rattlesnakes. And there are mountain lions. That's the town I grew up in. Like a typical teenager, I would complain about living in the sticks and bemoan the 15-minute drive down a windy road to the closest McDonald's. Now imagine my parents' surprise when I said I wanted to be a diplomat, but that's a story for a different time. In the midst of the Ronald Reagan's pregnancy, I went off to college at 17, studying political science and international relations at UC Santa Barbara. I was passionate about understanding other cultures and people. So I threw myself headlong into studying the Soviet Union and Eastern Europe. I even studied Russian as an elective. What did that do to my GPA? Although I did receive an A+ on a paper declaring that East and West Germany would never reunify. My junior year, as I began to think about what I would do once I graduated, I went to see my advisor and asked him what opportunities lay ahead for me. And he said, well, you can go into politics, you can go into law, or you can teach. And I said, what if I don't want to do anything? Well, you don't have to go back to school. Well, I had bigger problems. I didn't want to go back to that dusty town. I lived away from home for 4 years. I was mature, sophisticated now. It definitely wasn't going back to old dusty Saugus living with my parents when I graduated. Did I mention it's hot? It's really hot. Instead, I found a Santa Barbara-based nonprofit that sent medical supplies to countries in crisis, and I began to volunteer. We sent medical supplies and pharmaceuticals to war-torn areas, earthquake-devastated regions, and monsoon-affected areas and little villages. I remember the stunning photos taken by my colleagues who courageously accompanied their shipments to the Kurds in Iraq. We also had a small used eyeglass program where you could donate your old prescription glasses, and volunteers in foreign countries would test patients' eyes and provide them with correct prescriptions. One day I received a note from an elderly gentleman in India who said he was now okay to die, as he was finally able to see the grandchild that had been leading him by the hand. I still have that note. From that moment on, I was hooked. I wanted to make a difference in the world. For nearly 40 years, I've worked in nonprofits focused on peace, the environment, and especially women's rights. After 22 years in New York City, this displaced Californian returned to Monterey to head Gathering for Women, still pursuing my passion. Gathering for Women is a day center for homeless and housing insecure women on the peninsula. We provide nutritious meals, clean clothes, hot showers, and case management to assist women on their pathway out of homelessness. Each year, we serve over 400 women, the majority of whom are over 50 years old. The oldest one so far is 93. Imagine living on the street at 93. After 5 years at the helm, I'm still so passionate about providing dignity to those who are the most vulnerable in our community. You might ask, what makes a small town California girl move to New York City and back? It wasn't politics or law or teaching. It was passion. Discovering that making a difference in the lives of others was my purpose in life. So now I ask you, what are you passionate about? Can you picture it? If you're not sure, I challenge you to find something that makes you feel like you're making a difference. It doesn't have to be big. Giving flowers to someone who's down, picking up trash from the beach, or volunteering in your community. I promise you, it will be a euphoric experience, and we will all be making the world better. Find your passion and let me know how it feels. Thank you.